Farouk Abrahams is a local soccer legend, but while his playing days may be long over, his love for the sport continues. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this week's An Nur the Light. Let's go behind the scenes at the Farouk Abrahams Goalkeeper Academy and find out exactly what they do.
Since 1998, the Farouk Abrahams Goalkeepers Academy has been producing some of the country's top players. What started out as a passion project soon grew into one of the most respected institutions in South Africa.
In 1998, when Bafana, played in their first World Cup in France, the soccer fever was heavy in the country. And, I just thought, what could I do to contribute to that, and also kept my involvement in football. Because I was a soccer journalist at the time, and I was, professional player and coach at the time still. And, basically decided with a few parents, let me coach your goalkeepers, your sons, and daughters, and it was about 8 of them. And then, it started catching like wildfire, and before we knew it, we had a goalkeeper school.
The academy was founded by soccer great Farouk Abrahams, who excelled as a player, winning countless awards, and then later as a coach where he led the national team at the 2002 FIFA World Cup.
2006 to 2008, we've had German, the Andy Kopko was a German World Cup coach. He came, or his management came. We formed a partnership. I went over a couple of times. I helped them establish German goalkeeper schools. So it just shows that, we always look at South Africa or Africa as being people who know less than Europe. We keep it below the line. We don't boast too much about it. But it just shows that we need to have confidence, in ourselves as Africans,
Over the years, the Farouk Abrahams Goalkeeper Academy is credited with an extensive list of success stories, not only on but also off the field. This is due to their unique life skills program that aims to create brilliant soccer players who are contributing members of society.
We have specific sections with them, so we'll have especially the drug awareness, because that's a big problem within the age group with that demographic. So from about 13 years old to 19, we deal with that a lot. We do sex education with them as well. With our girls, we do etiquette classes. We do, there's a whole range of things. Anything they need, we identify it. We've got a life skills manager as well who identifies what the problems are. And we take it from there. But everything is curriculum-based. So we assess them, we score them, we have close relationships with their parents as well. So if there are any problems, they come to us, they talk to us about it, and we will deal with that member individually.
More than 100 youths from diverse backgrounds pitch up weekly for sessions, some of whom opportunities and access to training are few and far between, but each incredibly talented and already geared to be signed to top Premier Soccer League clubs.
Recently, Ajax called me to come trial with him for the ABC Motsepe League. So I've been on trial for, say, about 2.5 months, and then about last month they told me I'm going to sign and be part of the team. So that's a big step for me, from being a junior to semi-senior, if I could say that.
I've signed a professional contract with Mamelodi Sundowns in Johannesburg. I am moving in mid-December. The academy helped me get to where I am basically today. All the training, the hard work, Coach Farouk pushing me.
The young men of the academy exercise incredible discipline every day and have truly embraced the words of the Prophet, himself an avid sportsman, who once said, "The strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah."
They say soccer is the beautiful game, and the opportunities Farouk is creating for those young boys is truly a beautiful thing. Maulana Ibrahim Bam is ready with this week's Q&A.
Nahmadu wa nusalli wa nusallimu ala Rasulih al-Kareem, beginning by praising the Almighty for His many favors and salutations be upon all the prophets, including and especially our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Welcome back once again to the Q&A segment of the An Nur program. And today, amongst the questions that have been put forward, one is, when traveling, can I eat food that is kosher? Now, we know that one of the requirements of our deen is to eat those animals which is permitted to eat that are slaughtered in the name of the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we take the name of Almighty Allah while slaughtering those animals. The reason and the wisdom behind that being that these are also living beings. It is with the permission of the Almighty who has permitted it for humankind that we take their life. Otherwise, life is very sacred. Because it is for the sake of food, it is for the sake of our necessities, we slaughter it in the name of the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We believe that this is a requirement of all divine laws and divine scriptures. All divine scriptures emphasize upon its adherence to take the name of the Almighty before they do a slaughtering. And we feel that this is permitted for us to have from those animals in which the name of the Almighty Allah is taken. The Quran also says and gives the indication, الْيَوْمَ أُحِلُّ لَكُمُ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَطَعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ حِلٌّ لَكُمْ. The food of the Ahl Kitab, the people of the scriptures, is permitted for you. The ulama and the scholars of the deen and the religion have said the reason why it is permitted is according to the divine scriptures, they were also supposed to take the name of the Almighty. Now, whether it is done, not done, it is something that is, up for grabs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Is it permissible to give money to people on the streets who stand at the traffic lights? Now, this is something that every one of us contend. If we give, we sometimes feel that, did we do right? Are we encouraging begging? If we don't give, we feel something tugging at our conscience. And what is that tugging at our conscience? Were we sufficiently compassionate? Did we take into account a poor person? Did we just leave him behind? And perhaps the right way, and something that I would recommend is, go by your gut feeling, go by your conscience. If you come past a person and you do feel that this person, by his looks, the way I feel, he is worthy of giving him something. He really looks needy. Maybe perhaps they have a small child, and because of a small child which induces compassion, go by your gut feeling, go by your conscience. And if you feel that, listen, man, this man looks so nice, hearty, healthy, why should I be giving someone? Am I not encouraging people to beg? Surely he should be able to make some sort of means to earn his living or to earn his need and necessity. Go by your gut feeling, go by your conscience. One important, is it true that if I miss Jummah 3 times, I am deemed a kafir and disbeliever? Not necessarily so. There are two aspects. One is, to become a disbeliever, you need to refute the fundamentals of Islam. There are certain aspects and certain deeds, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had said, are acts of disbelief. They do not constitute disbelief. They are acts, and they are acts akin to disbelief. Brings you close to disbelief. Doesn't mean you are a disbeliever. So basically, if you miss 3 Jummahs, and there is a hadith to that effect, that a person becomes very close to disbelief. What it would mean? He has committed an act of disbelief, which is not necessarily translated into that he has become a disbeliever. Hope that throw lights. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Have you ever wondered where your meat comes from? That is the answer we're bringing you today. The team spent some time in northern KwaZulu-Natal to shed some light on the food we eat.
Cattle take an average of 12 to 24 months before they are ready to be slaughtered. As demand for quality meat continues to soar, and with only 5% of South Africa's beef being sourced from smallholder farmers, there was a definite need to shorten the time between birth and death. This is where the feedlot came in.
The cattle feedlot is basically an operation where we produce beef or we fatten cattle in a confined space but using a balanced diet, which is the most important. The reason they kept in a confined space is to burn off less energy, whereas in the veldt, they use a lot of energy. And being in the cattle feedlot, your diet plays a very important role. In today's day and age, it's for your economy of scale, for your production of beef is much cheaper in a feedlot. And for our population, because we cannot keep up with the growing population and demand for meat and the source of protein. That's your more fundamental is to produce protein. Islamically, you've got to feed your animals, it's good feed you use, which we use is grain, your maize, and your concentrate. And a byproduct called molasses from your sugarcane. And that's basically your halal in your feeding of your animals, in that they're not fed animal byproducts.
A group of Muslim farmers in northern KwaZulu-Natal saw this as a unique opportunity and have established businesses to service the market. Cattle are now being bred and sent off to feedlots where they are fattened and readied for slaughter.
The way we support each other, especially with cattle, is one is interacting with each other so that the guys, for example, that are doing feedlotting, we at least supply them with the cattle so we keep it, we have a ready market for our animals. Animals that are for slaughter are also sold to the local abattoir, which is also Muslim owned, so it makes it a lot easier. And we support them in terms of helping them manage their animals.
Running a feedlot comes with its own set of challenges and should be handled correctly. Cleanliness plays an important role, not only for animal welfare, but also in terms of upholding environmental standards.
Generally, what we do is we buy animals, either from our farmers or local auctions. When they arrive at the feedlot, we take them to a processing, where all animals are inoculated. We give them all the necessary vaccinations. We clean tips for ticks, lice. Then we put an ear tag on them, which goes into our system for traceability. So each animal has a unique number, and then he gets released out in the field. On the second stage, they come in after 21 days. We give them a rebooster vaccination. We monitor the weight that they've gained since they've come in, and to the 21 days that they've been on our system. From then, they go on to a second diet, which is a bit of a more for, how can you say, we say it's a hotter ration, in the sense that we take off the roughage being your grass. And on a final 30 day, we put them on a different ration called a finisher ration, which comprises of 10% roughage, which is your silage, your maize silage, or your grass straw, and a bit more grain.
Once cattle have attained the required standards, they are sent to abattoirs where they will be slaughtered and prepared for meat suppliers countrywide.
On the time that they spend in our system, on total, it comes to 120 days, from the day they enter the property to the day they leave. And that on 21 days, they fast on the veldt. After that, we bring them into this feedlot system, where they monitor it for bloat and if they've got diarrhea. And sugar, because we follow certain protocols, we really minimize all of that. And its production, if animal's got bloat, she's not growing. If it's got diarrhea, it's not growing. So you always add it all the time. From there, they receive them at the abattoir. From the abattoir, how they walked in, slaughtered, stunned, slaughtered, through the procedure from there, and down to the butcher.
The high quality of South Africa's meat is getting acknowledged globally. This provides further opportunity for local Muslim farmers to export premium-grade meat, thereby creating much-needed jobs as well as increasing profits.
We are always on the lookout for new stories and ideas, which is why we ask you, our loyal viewers, to keep an ear and an eye open. Drop us an email or send us a message via social media if there's something you'd like us to showcase. It's time now for our monthly events calendar.
Held annually at the Durban Exhibition Centre, East Coast Radio's House and Garden Show brings the best of local and international decor and design into one building. This 10-day extravaganza offers a kitchen zone, kids zone, builder's DIY pavilion, gardening, exotic treasures, and of course the beloved East Coast DJs to keep you entertained. If you're looking for an interior designer or some ideas to inspire your creativity, look no further. American Ustada Yasmin Mohahed visits South Africa for the first time in July 2017 for a series of workshops. One such workshop is called The Greatest Quest, hosted in Durban. It deals with marriage advice and steps on how to embody the love and mercy of Allah within one's marriage. Ustada Mohahed is said to be one of the world's most influential Islamic scholars, and her insight can certainly be beneficial, so don't miss this exciting event, followed by a book signing of Reclaim Your Heart and Love and Happiness. Does your little one have an inquiring mind? Would you like them to know more about early inventions and how these change the face of science? The Winter Science Camp will keep your little ones entertained through educational courses on how early inventions influenced life today. Expecting a little one? Have a toddler running around? Why not get down to South Africa's most beautiful baby fair for the Bump Baby and Beyond? A unique shopping experience for moms with babies is on offer at an amazing new venue in Johannesburg. Come along and browse the Rocker Baby pop-up, access unique baby products, and find things to make your life a little bit easier. Join the celebrated Ustada Yasmin Mohahed during her South African tour this July as she brings an insightful workshop on how to deal with life's challenges to Cape Town. How to deal with hurt, struggle, and learning how to rely on Allah are covered in the spectacular evening workshop at Cape Town CTICC. Join her for a live interview, book signing, and Q&A on the day. The 4th annual East Rand Wedding Show truly offers the ultimate wedding experience. It takes on a boutique style of wedding expos as it showcases the best that South African bridal industry has to offer. This year, the show will launch an app to simplify wedding planning as the couple interacts with different suppliers from one space and doesn't have to fill out copious amounts of forms and information. Come and enjoy a showcase of the latest wedding gowns, flowers, stationery, and so much more, and treat yourself to a spectacular bridal show.
Rosebank in Johannesburg has always been the place to see and be seen. In this week's travel segment, we share some of its secrets.
The popular Rosebank market has become a Sunday institution, uniting all and sundry with plenty of bargains and offers. Traders come from near and far to display their wares with an eclectic mix of goods.
There's something for everybody or anybody of any age. It's also a wonderful way for families to spend time. They can browse, they can eat, there's a play area for children. There's really just a good energetic vibe here, and it's such a lovely place to buy a few really luxury items or even giftware or something just to spoil oneself and to spend time with one's family. There are even things like Thai massages, manicures, Reiki healing, crystals for collectors of crystals. So there's a lot of different things to cater to different needs, and just a good way for families to spend time together.
Food lovers especially will find plenty of interesting as well as delectable dishes on offer, as all types of palates are catered for. The market prides itself on being a family-friendly destination as well.
I see this market very much as a community project. There are a lot of traders that sustain themselves and their families through the market. Many who have paid for their education, degrees, advanced degrees, through what they earn at the market. And there are many young entrepreneurs who are trying to break into the market. Creative fashion designers, people who otherwise wouldn't have an outlet for their products. They've come and try their goods at the market. So it's a really good exposure and opportunity for so many people.
With so much on offer and masses of people arriving by the hour, it is advisable to plan ahead and allow a good few hours to while away the time. There are bargains galore and surprises aplenty, so come prepared. Right across the way from the Rosebank market is a Lebanese eatery that is growing in popularity for its fresh and tasty food. As with most Middle Eastern dishes, the food is grilled over an open fire and made to order.
The most popular meal here is, we call it combo Lebanese. This combo Lebanese is almost for 2 persons. You can there's everything in the shop in one plate. It's coming with beef, with chicken, with lamb, salad, hummus, chips and rice and bread and everything. Every day we do work with fun. They give us chicken very fresh. They also give us, and also beef and lamb. Everything is coming fresh in my shop.
Dishes are prepared on site with recipes that came with the owners when they moved to South Africa. The food is authentic Middle East fare and the restaurant is building up a loyal following.
Lebanese food is, is a lot of people like Lebanese food because our food is very healthy and as I told you, it's very fresh. So a lot of people, they come, they eat because, it's not about a drink. We are fast food. We are so it's not about alcohol. We do have white people, black people, Indian, everybody, but most of my customer is Indian. They like a lot halal food.
Portions are bigger than normal and patrons dig in the moment the food is set on the table. This is definitely a place to satisfy a hunger. After all that eating, one needs something active to burn away the calories, and what better way than the all-body workout of rock climbing.
We're particularly busy in the evenings like normal gyms are, and they come after work, they de-stress, so you can do a few laps on the wall, you can go run upstairs on the treadmill, you can do a yoga class. Some people even just come and have coffee and reply to emails. So it's a great social atmosphere. It's like almost a sense of community is being created here with people who enjoy the outdoors and a way just to get fit and meet new people. It's open to anybody and everybody, all ages. Our minimum climbing age for kids is 5, just from a safety side, and right up to any age. As long as if you can climb a ladder, you can climb.
This is fun for the whole family and all equipment is supplied. Challenge yourself to reach greater heights and be ready for hours of fun.
We run kids' birthday parties, mainly on the weekends. It's a great sport for kids, fine motor skills, hand-feet coordination. It's run by instructors, a group of very passionate climbers. We also do group coaching, we do intro courses, we teach people to climb. On the routes, there's grades under every card, from easy right up to really hard. They're numbered, the lower the number, the easier the climb. So you can kind of pick and choose what grade you want to do, which is the nice thing. You can climb with your husband or an older family member and you can do something really hard and they can do something easy and you both get like a really good workout.
Being fit is an advantage, but rock climbing is all full-body workout, so be prepared for aches and pains the next day. Climbers are often right back at it the next week as they seek to push themselves just a little bit more.
Another week, another great time spent with all of you. Jazakallah for making the time to watch our show. We appreciate it and do our best to bring you stories that entertain as well as inform. Kinna Mari Mukwanda, kiri aribu weri bonanang hape. Assalamu alaikum.